Behind the scenes with the red carpet chef Bonnie Blackstone here with Joe Hanna, marketing behind the mic. Welcome back to our segments here that we are doing at Pinewood, Atlanta from the Hanna Brothers Studio Cafe. Joe Hanna, welcome to Marketing Behind the Mic and a look behind the scenes at what goes on every day at the Studio Cafe.
Thank you so much for having me today, Bonnie.
Now, we're coming in on an afternoon where you guys just got through serving lunch. You guys have lunch every day. How do you come up with different scrumptious menu items for a wealth of people that are coming from out of town, and their palates and their concerns are all over the place?
So, all about sourcing, trying to find the most beautiful ingredients as close as possible to us with the changing markets and seasonal markets.
And you know, you guys also, not just here at the Studio Cafe, serve people that are the cast and the crew, but you cook for a lot of, and you've gotten the name the Red Carpet Chef because you cook for a lot of the movie stars that don the red carpet that we see on all the award shows. Out of all of the red carpet celebrities that you've worked with, what is the most unusual request that a star or starlet has asked you for? Most unusual thing on the menu that they've asked you for?
Well, that's a very good question, Bonnie. I would tell you on the movie Milk Money, Melanie Griffith would bring in recipes from her home. Her father, who was quite the barbecue master, so she would bring me particular rubs and sauces and ask me to duplicate them.
So you've done a butt rub for Melanie Griffith?
I have, absolutely.
How many people can say that but you?
David Lynch, he would eat the same thing pretty much every day. He wanted me to poach for him ahi tuna. And
that's hard to cook.
Well, not if you're good at cooking, but
okay.
Yes, and he would want a nice, fresh, local, vine-ripened tomato, feta cheese, and balsamic vinegar, and it had to be completely specced out as far as exactly what he wanted. It's mostly just sourcing beautiful, fresh, healthy, local ingredients that they're accustomed to and familiar with, and presenting them in an elegant and beautiful way.
You eat with your eyes first, so you're right, elegant, beautiful, and something that you want to consume, put in your mouth, and then repeat the experience all over again. How do you make it so eye-appealing as well as taste so good? You have to be shopping at international markets to get exactly the right seasonings and ingredients to pull these dishes together as you do. It's a signature taste, no matter which cuisine you're serving.
Well, thank you for the compliment and the kind.
Eaten here many times.
You know, it all comes down to just blending your colors, starting with fresh ingredients and letting them show what they can. Keeping stuff bright. One of the problems is when you start with less than beautiful products that are frozen or not handled properly, they lose their colors and they go flat. Or you overcook foods and they lose their colors and they go flat. But it's staying with beautiful products from the beginning, handling them properly from the time they come in until the time you get them to your customer. Blend in your colors and your flavors.
Now, we're talking about Hanna Brothers. You and your brother Jim are here on site currently, Hanna Brothers. But the name Hanna Brothers goes back to multiple different lots, multiple experiences, many years. Can you give me just a brief 101 how the Hanna Brothers began, how old the company is, and some of the great places that Hanna Brothers has been able to take their cuisine?
That's a really good question. I would tell you the first movie we ever did was in 1992 in Miami. It was The 100 Lives of Blackjack Savage. We got in the industry. Burt Reynolds was a really big advocate for us. I opened a little restaurant, Gourmet Deli Bakery Catering Company in Jupiter, Florida.
His hometown?
Yes. Burt Reynolds came in there one day. He had a corned beef sandwich. He loved it. We started doing catering at his home, his dinner theater, his ranch, and then we started working on BL Stryker. We've been in business since 1992. We have offices in Miami. We have offices in Slidell, Louisiana. And of course, we have offices right here in Fayetteville, Georgia at Pinewood Studios, Atlanta. We've been working on movie sets for about 26 years. We've done big movies, small movies, but this is what we do each and every day.
Can I say Sharon Turner's name a bunch of times here?
Yes, you can. She's so
Sharon Turner.
She is.
Number on the screen.
She heads up our catering, both off-premise and corporate catering, and she has an office located right here in Pinewood, Atlanta studios, and she just does a brilliant job with it.
Now, we're here, of course, as I said, at the Hanna Brothers Studio Cafe at Pinewood, Atlanta. We were talking about your beginnings, but your brother is also a very instrumental part of Hanna Brothers, Jim Hanna. How did it all start with Jim? He was in the NFL for a while.
Why, yes, he was. Actually, he was a big standout collegiate football player at University of Louisville under Howard Schnellenberger. He played for the Saints for a couple of years, and actually he played in Atlanta for 1 year. Jim has his degree in finance and business, and he does a wonderful job with documenting accounts receivable, accounts payable, contracts, legal. Jimmy is really consistent. One thing about my brother, he was the same yesterday, he's the same today, he's the same tomorrow. He's extremely consistent, and he's very thorough in everything that he does.
He's no stranger to the kitchen when he needs to be called upon, right?
You know, Jimmy grew up with me, working right beside me in the kitchens. He's probably got about 12 years right beside me in the kitchens. In fact, he spent 5 years on the trucks cooking with me 16, 17, 18 hours a day, each and every day. And he's quite the cook himself.
You know, a lot of times people talk about, when I say Hanna Brothers, Studio Cafe, Pinewood, movie industry, red carpet, cooking for a lot of the celebrities. The one thing they say is they stop me right there and they say, Joe Hanna has the most generous and biggest heart of anybody that I know. Recently, you went down, you heard about the hurricanes, as a lot of people did on the news. You went down to Puerto Rico because there was a need there. Do you have ties in Puerto Rico? How did you get involved in what they needed? They're just now restoring power, and we're on into 2018, just restoring power into some areas of Puerto Rico. Those guys were hit hard.
Bonnie, a lot of our team has family in Puerto Rico, and we saw how devastated they were in their life for what happened there, and we wanted to do something about it. And we had the means necessary and the resources necessary to be able to help. And you're right, we actually made 4.4 million meals. We packed 4.4 million meals, and we sent them directly to Puerto Rico for distribution.
Joe, what's one of your favorite dishes that you like to prepare when you're at home for someone? If somebody's coming to your house, what are you going to cook?
Bonnie, I'm a real seafood snob, so I love seafood.
That explains good Friday cuisine here at Hanna Brothers Studio Cafe.
I have wonderful relationships with our seafood vendors from Florida to Louisiana. Growing up in Florida myself, I always enjoyed fresh seafood. I love fresh seafood. One of my favorite dishes is pompano papillote. It's something I prepare in the house.
Say who?
Pompano papillote.
Is that a fish?
Pompano is
School me, no pun intended. School me on this fish.
It's a fresh fillet of pompano and a light sherry oyster sauce and parchment paper. It's quite lovely, and it's extremely aromatic, so when you open up the parchment, it just overwhelms you with the aromas.
You'll have to teach me how to make that. More importantly, some of the dishes that Hanna Brothers has cooked for red carpet celebrities over the years with our Red Carpet Chef series, can you take the home cook and make them a better cook? You may not make them an executive chef, but through the Red Carpet series, can you help somebody be a better home cook by teaching them a thing or two?
Absolutely. Proper method and technique really goes a long way in cooking. Knowing when to combine and when to season and at what temperatures will go a long way in helping you out at your home. I promise you that is very simple.
The Red Carpet Chef, one of the executive chefs here at Hanna Brothers Studio Cafe, Pinewood, Atlanta. Be looking for the Red Carpet Chef series to begin. You can always access it on your favorite social media site. We're on Instagram, Facebook at hannabrothers.com. And of course, you'll be able to get recipes and full instructions on how to make some of your favorite dishes, those that the Red Carpet celebrities like, from the man, the guy here himself, Joe Hanna from Hanna Brothers. It's been our pleasure getting a behind-the-scenes look at the Red Carpet Chef and marketing behind the mic. Thank you so much for your time.
I always love to spend time with you, Bonnie. Thank you so much for your time. I love your kind words.
Thank you.
I always feel so good around you.